Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
Hold one, Andre.
You're not good at this. Get out. Let me tell you a personal story about Vince McMahon.
You just made the list.
Oh my God!
Sorry, no speak English.
Dummy. Goodbye and good night. Hold two, on bar.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Dummy.
This is the worst town I've ever been in.
Hold three, Lamas covered. Three-handle family Gradunzel.
Mamma mia!
And now, Unchained.media presents the B Plus Podcast with your host, GregUnchained.
It's me, Austin! It was me all along, Austin!
Number 4, armbar.
I will never retire!
I still got 200 more. I got 200 more holes to list.
All right, ladies, gents, and non-binary friends, welcome to the B Plus Podcast. I'm your host, Greg Unchained. Today is Saturday. You know what that means. It's time for the NXT edition of The View from the WWE Universe. We kind of dropped that second half from the title, but what we didn't drop is my co-host, Big Boy Mikey. How are you, buddy?
Good, buddy. How's it going?
Yeah, it's good. We're back to late. It's been a while since we did a late night one, you and I.
Yeah, well, I missed NXT last week, didn't I?
Rude.
Yeah,
How rude.
I did. Yeah, NXT is tough because it's on during the day. Like King of Sports is easy to do when we do it early because it happens over the weekend, and by the time I get to Tuesday, all my notes are perfectly taken.
Well, sometimes while we're recording, there's a show happening with King of Sports, so that does happen from time to time.
That is true. But yeah, then then you just get those days with NXT. Just like there's times where I can just smash it out on my lunch break, and by the time I get home, I've got my notes. But then there's like times where I just don't even get a break at work, and I'm like, okay, well, better.
New Japan's so much easier too because watching it live is at a convenient time because it's only a 3-hour time difference.
Exactly. You know? Yeah.
So it's a big difference compared to NXT. Like you said, it's in the middle of the day. It's while people are at work. Same with Raw and SmackDown, and so it's WWE. Think of your global audience. The thing is, NXT they could air it at more appropriate local times, right? Why not have it air? Put a separate feed for WWE Network because it's a network show, right? So just put a separate feed for the WWE Network for Australia to America, where you put it on at a better time slot.
Yeah, I mean, that could work. Yeah, it doesn't make it hard. I mean, I guess we're all somewhat WWE fans, and WWE been pissing us off with times for the last 30 years. So unfortunately, nothing's ever going to change. Cities like London and Melbourne have been screaming for manias for about 20 years. It's not going to change.
Yeah, could you imagine the uproar in America if they hosted a WrestleMania here and they had to wake up at like 3 a.m. To watch WrestleMania?
It wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen.
No. But it'd be hilarious.
Mate, there's like 30 cities in America that ain't ever getting WrestleMania again. There's like 5 cities that WWE is just going to go through from now on.
Yeah, so those are cities that won't get NXT takeovers either, which brings it all back to the NXT. Do you want to start with UK or do you want to start with Florida?
No, let's start in the UK. Whilst it's, we'll touch on it later, but whilst there was just a singular match on the American one and it was a good one, at least NXT UK was a full show, so I guess it's fitting to start there, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, look, no, the NXT show felt like a full show as well. And honestly, the NXT show, I was more invested in the NXT show than I was the NXT UK show.
Yeah.
I mean, NXT UK, they're still doing the work of trying to get me invested in the characters, and some of the things that are happening, it's like, okay, well, this is happening, and I'm not there yet with NXT UK. But it started with the same way that the actual NXT show started. It started with Sid Scala, Johnny Saint coming out into the ring and announcing that they've spoken to Mr. Regal. And why is there a UK guy in charge of the American one? Anyway, they've spoken to Mr. Regal, and they're going to have a title defense at Takeover New York. Pete Dunne will defend the UK title, but who will he defend it against? Who? The whole crowd do the who thing. Yeah. And it becomes a theme for the night. So yeah, they do the who thing, and then Pete Dunne comes out. Now, was it just my network, or was this edited really badly?
Yeah, it did feel strange. I didn't really think about the editing side, but it did feel strange.
Pete Dunne comes out. He takes the microphone. They look at each other and smile, and then he gives the microphone back without saying anything. Is that what you watched as well?
Thinking about it, yes, I do remember that now.
And then Nigel McGuinness on commentary was saying, 3 words from the champion, the huge Austrian. Okay, so obviously Pete Dunne, for the live crowd, said he wants the huge Austrian, and he just said those 3 words, the huge Austrian, which that's not a very good way. Like, why wouldn't you just say Walter?
Yeah.
Just one word, Walter, and then give the mic away. But yeah, the huge Austrian, and it was just, why did they edit that out? I don't understand.
It felt awkward.
It was a piss poor editing job, because you could clearly see the cuts. Like, you could, it was, yeah. It was weird, but I guess it looks like Pete Dunne wants Walter, and we'll see what happens there as the show goes on.
Yeah.
Then we get Tony Storm backstage addressing Jinny's comments. What do you think here?
I don't like Jinny. I think we touched on it. I think we touched on this a couple of weeks ago. There's something that just doesn't connect with me. Like, I don't know. There's something I'm like missing between me, like liking it. Like, I respect her in-ring talent. That's not denying that. But just something about it, I don't know. I don't get it. I never got it with Progress, and I don't get it here.
You don't get the gimmick?
No, I just don't get the. I don't like it.
The hype.
The hype, yeah.
Yeah. So I like Jinny.
In ring, yeah, she's fine, but like she's great. But I don't know. There's something about the character. And I never liked it in Progress either. I know
Fair enough.
I know that's blasphemy because she's pretty much like Progress royalty, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, so Tony Storm says that they clearly both like gold. But the difference is she knows how to be a champion, and she doesn't just rely on the gold that Daddy buys her. So she's trying to get some heat there, but it just doesn't feel. I don't know. And like, I'm biased towards liking Tony Storm, just the same way I'm biased towards liking Rhea Ripley, who we're about to talk about. Yeah. But the Tony Storm Jinny feud doesn't feel hot to me at all.
No.
Especially when you put it in the same segment as Rhea Ripley versus Xia Brookside. So Tony Storm turns around to leave. The camera guy goes to put the camera down, and Rhea comes up the stairs, passing Tony on her way, and just says, "Hey, pick that camera back up. You're not done." And she proceeds to cut a promo on Xia Brookside, saying that, she heard Xia Brookside calling her a bully last week, and she kind of calls Xia out. Come fight me. The same thing's going to happen as what happened last time we met in the ring, which is, of course, Rhea Ripley wins. And it just, having these two segments combined into one just showed me how much more Rhea deserves everything. Like, I love Tony Storm, and Tony Storm is phenomenal in the ring.
Yeah.
And I like her character work too. I enjoy her as a babyface. I don't know. I just think that that the Rhea Ripley Xia Brookside feud feels hotter than Tony Storm and Jinny.
Yeah. I see. I really like the Xia Brookside too. So yeah, I think she's a phenomenal talent. Yeah, I don't know. The women's NXT UK women's division just needs. I don't know. Like, as good as they all are, and I love Tony, I love Rhea, I like Xia, I love Nina Samuels. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of Jinny. There's talent there. I just don't know. There's something missing there.
Oh, Kaylee Ray made a debut last week.
Yeah.
You know who they need to sign. You know what the division needs. It needs more Candy Floss.
Yeah, and
She's not under contract. She keeps coming out as a jobber, and she's not under contract. I wanted to pick up a win. I wanted to get signed. I love Candy
yeah,
Floss.
true.
Man.
And there's 2 NXT UK girls that are currently injured and will be for the next 12 months that should be there. That they're missing in Dakota and Tegan Knox.
Is Dakota a NXT UK girl?
She was in the NXT UK Women's Tournament to start with. So
Yeah.
she's a bit of both. She's one of those Cassia Sonos.
Yeah, and like Rhea Ripley as well, because
yeah.
Rhea was originally from the other. And I imagine she's going to go back soon. I mean, they're doing a lot of stuff because she's at the Florida Performance Center. She's not at the UK Performance Center because you see her in the photos with like Jonah Rock and stuff.
Right.
So
The Aussie stable, bring it. No.
yes, that's I'm begging for it at this point. Like I'm frothing it hard. I really want that Aussie stable. Moving on, and honestly, they could go anywhere. They could go to the UK with that Aussie stable.
Yep.
Have them show up and just destroy Travis Banks. Oof.
Yeah.
How good would that be? Anyway, El Ligero, Eddie Dennis. Speed versus power. Power wins. Your man, Eddie Dennis, picks up the win.
I like this match. 2 vets. Just great match. Different sizes. Just
That was the whole story of the match, really, was I'm big, you're small.
right.
That was,
Yeah.
I'm strong, you're fast. That was kind of, It's pretty generic match, really.
I love both these guys, especially Eddie Dennis. I love his. I just love his size. I think we've said it 1,000 times. I feel like a broken record. He's a better Baron Corbin, like a 10 times better Baron Corbin. Eddie Dennis is everything Baron Corbin should be in ring. The size, I
like Baron Corbin. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Baron Corbin in ring. Anyway, we've talked about this. Eddie Dennis just doesn't connect with me, but you're an Eddie Dennis fan. It's Jinny all over again, but reversed. The next segment, though, was probably the highlight of the entire show for me. And I'm not sure if you're going to like it, but Amir Jordan, when he approaches Kenny Williams, and he's like, oh, you got to go ask Johnny Saint for the title match or whatever. And Kenny Williams is like, first you want me to dance for you on the way to the ring. Now you want me to ask for the title match. It's time for you to do something. And he tells him he needs to do a muscle up, on the pull-up bar. And so they train together in the gym, and it's like a little montage. You're gonna need a montage. And they do the montage thing, and it's funny. And, he tries to use a ladder to get on the pull-up bar. It's fun. I don't know. I like hokey shit. And then Amir Jordan does it finally, and Kenny's like, yeah, see, if we work hard, we can get the title shot. And then Amir's like, does this mean you're going to dance? I like this. I'm enjoying Amir Jordan and Kenny Williams as a tag team.
Yeah, and I like Kenny Williams. Amir Jordan, I remember seeing him in his Progress debut, like probably about a year and a half ago. He was actually, I think he debuted alongside Aussie Open in a 6-man, I believe, when they first debuted. And there's something about him, I'm just like, I don't know, he's still growing on me. Kenny Williams, I love. As an ICW guy, I love watching ICW sometimes. Kenny Williams is fantastic. I'm a little bit more biased towards the Scottish guys.
Yeah, don't let Akil know that you like ICW.
Really?
He hates ICW so
there
much.
are times where it's absolutely bollocks. Then there's times that it's absolutely one of the best promotions in the UK.
Did you just say bollocks? Wow. All right, fair enough. I mean, we're talking about NXT UK, so when in London.
Glasgow.
Moving on. Sam Stoker, and Glasgow is actually James Storm's favorite place to wrestle.
I
Did you know that?
I didn't.
No. Once again, proof that you don't listen to our podcasts, Mikey. It's becoming a recurring segment, you guys. This week in Mikey doesn't listen to our own show. We spoke to James Storm on our Get Hyped Hunter Valley Wrestling preview show, which you can go back and listen to in the show notes. Our first real international interview. No offense to Aman, of course. Aman isn't international, but he's moved to Australia right? If I talk to DCT, I wouldn't call it an international interview. He's moved to
Right.
Australia. So, but yeah, James Storm isn't moving to Australia, but he's stopping by. And yeah, he said Glasgow is his favorite place to wrestle.
Interesting.
Fun fact. Outside the
course.
US. Yeah. Yeah. But that's because he hasn't been here yet. Anyway, moving on, we had Sam Stoker and Lewis Howley taking on the Wild Boar and Primate the Hunt. I'm fairly certain, if you go back a few weeks, I said that these two should be a team.
You did, and as soon as Primate had that match against, was it Eddie Dennis or was it Mastiff? Mastiff.
I think it was
Michael,
Mastiff.
Yeah, Mastiff, yeah.
I think that's when I said it. I was like, they need to put him against Wild Boar because they need to put him with Wild Boar because Wild Boar had recently had a match.
And I
Mastiff as
said,
well.
because at that time, Primate was not a member of the NXT UK roster. He was a not jobber, NXT enhancement talent. He was brought in. I said that showing that he just gave should get him a contract. I was like, yeah. I was like, maybe not. And then 2 months later, not even, he's got a contract and he's in a tag team with Mike Hitchman, Wild Boar. I don't know if he's ever did they mention the words Mike Hitchman? Or
I don't think they did.
Wild
No.
Boar and Primate.
Yeah. I think that, they're just going by the animal names now, and they are the Hunt. And I like the Hunt. I like it as a team name. I like the entrances with the masks and then taking them off. And they're an amazing team. The finisher looked good. They have a double team finisher too, which was kind of like an assisted spine buster thing. I don't know which guy it was that took it, whether it was Stoker or Howley, but he didn't take the bump very well.
I was going to do some research on Stoker, and I really find too much. I don't think that's really, they're what you call NXT jobbers. No, I'm glad for Primate and Wild Boar. They're great talents. They kind of together look like that. And that sounds horrible, but for any fans of them, a better version of Heavy Machinery.
A better version?
Shit.
Oh, wait, what?
I love the character of Otis. It's funny.
Stakes and weights,
but
baby.
Yeah. Primate and Wild Boar have the chance to be like a better version of them in NXT UK. Just two burly men, a little bit smaller, like size wise, a little bit smaller, but burly, hairy. Love it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how to respond to you right now.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm very close to canceling you, Mikey. You're basic. Anyway, and then we get Cassius Ohno making his UK debut, right? Ashton Smith, Cassius Ohno. Cassius Ohno wins. Bit short this match. I felt like the shenanigans after the match went for about the same length as the match, which I didn't like. Like, make the match longer and do the weird hesitation bit short.
I love Cassius Ohno doing the NXT UK stuff. Gives him something to do. He's playing that veteran role in NXT so well. It's a great spot for him. I'm guessing he's going to put Travis Banks over in this feud, which is perfect for Banks. So works perfectly for me, I think. A couple of years ago, I would have begged for Cassius to be on the main roster, but he is now that he's that feud starter in NXT UK. NXT, like Ty Dillinger was for a couple of years. Now it's Cassius. So gatekeeper.
As the gatekeeper.
I like his spot in the UK. This match was pretty simple.
Yeah, it was basic, but I felt like it was. I felt like the match could have been longer. And then after the match, so after Cassius wins, so he's playing the good guy, right? Like, he's trying to make everyone think, no, now that I'm here in the UK, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be nice. And he plays the good guy role. And then, after the match, he breaks the character and he attacks. And then everyone's like, boo. And it's like, they were already booing him. So it didn't make sense. But yeah, and then, acting like he's a good guy, but then attacks him. And then Travis Banks comes out and he feigns like he's going to attack Travis Banks. He's like, I'm in your head kind of thing. So we're obviously getting Travis Banks and Ono moving forward, which you got to give Ono a win on his first shot back in the UK, right? You got to give him a win first to establish him into that gatekeeper role. Is Travis Banks the right guy to give Cassius Ono a win over?
No, I guess in part of the feud, maybe Cassius will pull off maybe like two or three victories, and then Banks will get the final victory. Cassius won't win the feud, but he'll get like his first match of importance. Yeah, he will win, and yeah, I think it's fine. I think Travis is still, I don't know. I guess because Walter's such a big deal now. Maybe post Walter, Banks is a guy that could get into the main event scene of NXT UK. He should be in the main event scene every promotion he's bloody ever worked at. I love it.
He's being underutilized at the moment.
But to be fair, there's like a whole roster of talent there that could be an NXT UK title contender. Like, you got the guys at Moustache Mountain, both of them singly could be a title contender. You got Eddie Dennis, you got Mastiff, you got a host of guys that could be an NXT UK main eventer. But yeah, I think Banks is fine for him.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know if we want Banks taking another big L, but I don't know. That's just me. Moving on, we got Joe Coffey, backstage talking to Gallus, talking about establishing dominance because we are Gallus and that's what we do. And I don't know. These guys are lower card to me. Like I don't see them as
if
threats,
they set the tag team scene and the lower to mid card scene, they're perfect. I don't think they belonged in the main event scene. As much as I love Coffee and Wolfgang, like I said, I've got a soft spot for Scottish guys. I'm a Scottish fiend. Yeah.
Okay, that's weird. Starting to border on fetishization, but okay. I like a big Scottish man. big boy Mikey.
I am somewhat of a Scottish big man. That's okay. Well, yeah, Scottish.
I thought you were Italian. Hang on. Last week it was Italian Spanish. No, Italian's Italian. Italian is not Scottish. Italian is not Spanish. You can't claim every culture because you're Italian.
Two Scottish and Italian.
I don't even know what is happening right now. Anyway, we move on to the main event. Tyler Bate and Jake Gibson. This was a really good match, as you expect. Tyler Bate wins. I do prefer both of these guys in tag matches, I think, but it was good. Tyler Bate is the better of Moustache Mountain in terms of singles, I think. Pulling out the corkscrew was awesome. This was easily the best match on the show, which you want it to be because it's the main event.
I guess. Tyler Bate would probably be the only one out of all four of these guys that should be both a singles and a tag team guy, but
Zach Gibson, man. Gibson's great singles, dude.
I think Tyler Bates, he's one of the best talents in pro wrestling in the world, no matter what promotion, bro. Yeah.
He's so young, too.
Both
so young.
Pete, they're just so young.
It's ridiculous.
Scary. I think Pete's only like 2 or 3 years older than Tyler, but yeah, scary.
See, the thing is, in the UK, they wrestle from when they're 14.
Yeah.
That's the... like William Regal did it too. They start ridiculously young. I mean, even though Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne are young, they've been doing it forever.
Experience, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then after the main event, we get to the real main event. Volta walking backstage. We see Volta walk a lot. And he leaves Johnny Saint's office and we find out that the match is signed. New York. Takeover New York. Pete Dunne versus Volta. Who wins?
Volta wins. Yeah.
You reckon? Volta wins?
Is the only viable man to take that title off Pete right now? Other than other
Yeah.
than Bate, if they were to go that route again. But he's the only man to take it off him, I think. As I said, there's a lot of challenges and a lot of guys that should be in the NXT UK team, but no one that's better than Pete Dunne, other than Walter and Tyler Bate. Not just Tyler Bate, a little bit below Pete Dunne, and Walter probably a little bit better than Dunne in a different way.
But once see, the thing is, right, Pete Dunne has been such a great champion. It's unbelievable for anyone to take the title off him, probably except Volta. But then once Volta's the champion, who can you believe takes the title off him?
It goes, guilty. No.
Maybe.
No. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Maybe
Unless they just repeat the Jordan Devlin storyline from OTT.
yeah, or they could give someone like a master for victory over Walter. I mean, no, they can make that believable, like size.
I guess they've got Ilya Dragunov in the wings, don't they?
Yeah, true.
They've just signed Ilya Dragunov, so I guess there's a couple of options. Anyway, let's go over to Florida for the NXT proper.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hey guys, just a reminder, if you want to hear all of these wonderful B Plus podcast episodes completely ad-free, make sure you head over to Patreon or Podbean, where we are the featured podcast this week. You can subscribe for as little as $1 a month up to $10 a month, where anything you want to help us with, it really helps out. It's going to help us grow the site. It's going to help us redesign some things, and everything that we get through this and through the advertising as well is all going straight back into the podcast so that we can get Aussie Graps out there for the rest of the world to hear about, for the rest of the world to see, so we can grow this mission of watch global, support local, and build indie wrestling. So if you want to be a part of that and get some really cool rewards like call-in shows, bonus episodes, ad-free like I mentioned, then head over to patreon.com/theb+ and subscribe today. Hey everyone, just want to take a second to tell you about one of our new sponsors, OUTBREAK NUTRITION. OUTBREAK NUTRITION are creating supplements for survival, sharper minds, quicker reflexes, all the energy you need to take your performance to the next level, whether that be on the field, in the gym, on the gaming field. That's right, they have specifically designed gaming supplements as well to help you focus on those late night sessions. They even sell coffee, you guys, at OUTBREAK NUTRITION. You can get coffee pods, you can get coffee beans, you can get supplements for the bedroom as well if you want to enhance your performance there. These are performance enhancing supplements for every aspect of your life, specifically designed by gamers, for gamers, to stay fit and healthy in the gym, to stay sharp and focused on the game, and to dominate in all areas of life. So check out OUTBREAKNutrition.com, and for being a listener of our podcast, they will give you 10% off your order when you enter the code B+. That is BPLUS at checkout. So make sure, if you want to stay on top of your game, if you want to take your performance to the next level, OUTBREAKNutrition.com, enter the code B+ at checkout.
NXT proper. Well, this was not a proper episode, was it? Well, it was a proper episode, but
I still think it was a really good episode. I like the way they laid it out. I didn't even realize that there wasn't any matches until the match happened, and I was like, wait, was there another match? And I rewound through it, and I was like, hey, there was no match. But Triple H starts the show holding Goldie, comes out, says he was here to announce Gargano versus Ciampa, but that cannot happen because Ciampa has to get neck surgery. One dream ends, another dream begins, and I'm like, holy shit, Dream's going to become dual champion.
yeah.
That was my first thought.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, so he announces that they're going to have a fatal five-way tonight to face off, to decide who will face off against Johnny Gargano in New York. And he says, but against who? And the whole crowd go, who? Right, it's the exact same thing as what happened on the NXT UK.
To be fair, it is New Day week. It is New Day week in WWE.
It's always New Day week, every week. But yeah, so we get a fatal five-way between Ricochet, Adam Cole, Aleister Black, Velveteen Dream, and Matthew Riddle, the original bro. When did he stop being the king of bros and become the original bro? Did I miss that?
Yeah, when he probably. It wasn't straight after his debut. It was probably, I don't know, it's probably about a month ago now. since he started.
Because I thought he was the king of bros. I thought he was king of bros, and they've just started calling him the original bro. And they've probably been doing it for a while, but I just noticed it.
They're gonna kill the whole bro thing, aren't they?
I don't know if he can. I don't know.
He won't.
I'm cautious about it.
But they might.
No. Michael Cole will when he finally comes up to the main roster. It's bro time. No, Michael Cole, sit down.
Hopefully, Cole is retired by then.
Good thing I don't watch the main roster except for on pay-per-views. Anyway, moving on. So that's the match we're going to get, and then we get Kathy Kelly. The weird part about this episode was catching up with other superstars to get their reactions to the Fatal 5-Way. Like, who cares what these jobbers think? They're not in a match. They're jobbers.
Well, the thing is, I don't know. I was so shocked at how good. Well, no, I'm not shocked. I know Triple H does an amazing job, and that whole NXT Florida crew from Bloom all the way through to Sarah and all those guys. But so a couple of weeks ago, like, you know me, I'm a spoiler guy. I know every spoiler that is taped. I don't give a shit. I just read it and I act surprised later. Even if I miss something live, I'm just like, I'm going to see the results and I'll watch it later. Regardless if it's Japan or anything, I'll just read the results. I'm a sucker.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I was so shocked about how quick and how able they were to fix this. Like I said, a couple of weeks ago, I read the results for all these NXT tapings, and I was so excited to get to this week and talk about Gargano and Ciampa again. And I was like, yes, this is perfect. Like, Gargano's actually going to get his moment at NXT New York, and this is going to be perfect. I was just like chomping at the bit for this week because I'm just like, this is going to be so good. And then, like, it's like, oh shit, like, how the fuck do you top that? And they find a way to do it. Like, it's not going to have that personal touch that Ciampa and Gargano would have had, but the match itself is still going to be fucking lit. I just said lit.
Right. Well, let's talk about it quickly. Gargano, Ciampa, it has to happen, right? They have to have their final match. It has to happen. It's not going to happen at this takeover, of course, because Ciampa cannot. But, we get a video package during the show of him getting the surgery and all that stuff, and they say 12 months to recover, right? Which means it brings him back just in time. Like, they say 12 months, so he'll probably be back in 10, getting ready in 10. So it brings him back just in time for WrestleMania season. So what do we think? Do we think Johnny Gargano gets called up between now and then Tommaso Ciampa comes back and, maybe Johnny Gargano is like the US champion or something, and Tommaso Ciampa comes back and attacks him and he's like, that should have been me. I should have been the one called up because I was the NXT champion. I never lost, and does all that. And then they have a WrestleMania
I
match.
would see that. WrestleMania.
It's the only way, because you need closure for this. You need
it's going to be interesting how you do that because I mean, they were both caught up. On a technicality, they were both caught up together. They were supposed to be on the SmackDown side of things because, like, I think Fastlane, I think it was supposed to be Johnny and Tommaso against Sheamus and Cesaro. In that feud, like, they were going to be involved in the SmackDown side of things, and Ricochet and Black on the Raw side of things. So technically, they were called up. So I mean, but now I've read reports that they're thinking about keeping Johnny in NXT. Like, I mean, because
I don't think they will. I think Johnny gets the call up pretty soon.
The thing is, both of them were going to be in a title match, so one of them was still going to be NXT champion post takeover.
Yeah, but now I don't think they'll do that.
No.
Let's move forward with the show, and we'll get to our prediction after we watch the 5-way. So then we get obviously Kona Reeves giving his reaction. Who cares? Forgotten Sons giving their reaction. Who cares? We get a Blackochet promo, which is what Danders has taken to calling them. Aleister Black, Ricochet, Blackochet.
I like it.
So we get a Blackochet promo about them being a team, and then about tonight fighting for the chance for the title. I really enjoy their promo dynamic. I really enjoy their tag team dynamic. I actually want these guys to be a long-term tag team.
Yeah. when they first started as a tag team, I was just like, I don't know if this works.
Yeah, same.
They're both been around the block for nearly 10, 15 years themselves. I don't know they really cross paths that much in the indie scene, like here and there. But yeah, they just work. I'm so surprised how well it worked, but in a way not, because they're both art professionals and they know how to work together. So yeah, I like it. Like a Shay, I can get behind it.
Yeah, I like it. It's like a celebrity couple name, Dandas is good for those. So yeah, moving on, we get a Dream video. The way the Dream sees it, the outcome of tonight's match, Dream over, first ever dual champion, and that's what I was hoping for as well. We get the Ciampa neck surgery video I touched on. We get a Riddle promo. We get an Adam Cole promo. We get Kairi Sane and Io Shirai doing a photo shoot. It's just weird, but Belair interrupts them, says that neither of them should be going to take over. Really, all of this was just filler, and we get to the main event, which is the opening match.
And the main event.
Yeah, the opening match was the main event. There was one match on this show, the Fatal 5-Way match. It was an amazing match, though. So the end came. Riddle had the match won, but Adam Cole pulls the ref out. Ricochet hits a shooting star on Riddle. Adam Cole hits the knee to the head and pins Ricochet, stealing the match. Really, really good match. And they kept hyping up Matt Riddle being undefeated.
Yeah.
How is he still undefeated? Because technically he's a loser in this match, but he didn't get pinned or submitted.
Yeah, so they'll play that into the undefeated storyline. They've done it with every single undefeated storyline in the history of WWE. They always say, "Oh, yeah, I was defeated, but it's not a real loss." Like they did it with Muhammad Hassan all the way back in. That's one of the earliest ones back in.
Going deep cuts,
going deep. Because he lost in a fatal 4-way or something, and I remember that everyone's like, "Is he still undefeated?" I'm like, "No, technically not," but they will find a way in the story.
Switch it. They switch it instead of calling him undefeated. They switch it to saying he has never been pinned or submitted.
Yeah, so they'll do it with Matt. Fantastic match.
I feel like this was up there with the halftime heat match. It wasn't quite as good, but it was a really good match. These guys know how to put on a goddamn show.
I mean,
yeah,
4 out of the 5 of these guys have worked some kind of match against each other in, whether it's in Reseda or fucking Philadelphia or wherever. They've worked together a lot in these type of matches. Like, you go back to some of those PWG preview DVDs and stuff like that. You're like, I swear I've seen all this a million times, Ricochet and Matt Riddle and stuff like that. But it's like, it just looks so good in an NXT ring. It's polished. Great. The right result. I know you want Dream. The right result. I think Cole wins at TakeOver. Cole.
Me too. That's what I wanted to get to. Adam Cole's the next NXT champion, right?
And
he's got to be.
And the way the NXT book, I believe he'll be another long-term champion. Potentially to SummerSlam, and then maybe I think Riddle takes it from him. Yeah.
Well, with the Undisputed Era around he'll be able to keep the title for a long time.
I would love Undisputed Era to come up as a team one day, but I would still love maybe Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly for the NXT title. Down the track, like a turn somewhere, but that's it.
If you're gonna have someone turn, I pick Kyle O'Reilly as well,
because Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole have had some beastly matches in the past, so I want to see it again in a polished.
Kyle O'Reilly is just super underrated. He is a beast all on his own. Like, he's amazing. Kyle O'Reilly was one of my favorite guys on the indies before he went, like, his stuff in Evolve, his stuff in Japan, like, just everything he's done. He's, Red Dragon, obviously, they're an amazing tag team, but he is a severely underrated singles competitor.
He's in that same bracket as guys like Eddie Edwards, Davey Richards, guys like that. But
has he ever had a match with Matt Riddle? Because they would gel so fucking well. Their styles.
That'd be interesting.
Like, I want a Kyle O'Reilly, Matt Riddle NXT main event. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be like an NXT TV show match. I want it to be a takeover main event, and those two would tear the place apart.
Oof. This is going to be. Let's do research. Researching live on a cast. Here we go.
No, we're at the end anyway. So Adam Cole wins. We agree on this.
Yeah.
Adam Cole won here, and Adam Cole's going to win at TakeOver.
Absolutely.
And then Johnny Gargano goes to SmackDown, right? Becomes the US champion, holds it till next year's Mania.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe he doesn't win it straight away, but
Yeah.
you get what I mean.
Yeah, I believe he goes straight to SmackDown. What about the women's match? Do you think? Who do you think? Like, we'll talk about TakeOver previews a little bit closer to the event, but
Your microphone came out, Mikey. It's all right. Let's not do the whole thing. Let's just tell people where they can
at
find
Mikey Stanley 86 on Twitter.
Yeah, and I am at GregUnchained on Twitter, at the GregUnchained on Instagram. We collectively are the B Plus Wrestle on Twitter because wrestling wouldn't fit the B Plus Wrestling everywhere else. Like, share, subscribe, 5-star review if you like what we do. And thank you so much for listening.
Hold one. Arm drag. You're not good at this. Get out. Let me tell you a personal story about Vince McMahon. You just made the list. Oh my God.
So, now speak English.
Dummy. Goodbye and good night. Hold two. Arm bar.
This is the worst town I've ever been in.
It's still real to me, damn it. Dummy.